So in this section, we're going to be asked to find the degree of a polynomial. So let me go find another one to start with. Okay, so let's start with this one. Notice that I just have one variable. I just have x and x and x. So what we're doing is we're looking at the degree. And the degree is also the exponent. Those words mean the same thing in math, degree exponent. So we're looking for the highest degree. So if I have x to the 8th plus 8x to the 5th minus 5x minus 2. So for this term, the degree is 8. It's the exponent. For this term, the degree is 5. It's the exponent on the variable. For this term, the degree is 1. X to the first power. And for this term, there's no variable, there's no degree. So what number is the highest? 8. That's the degree of the polynomial. It's the largest exponent. So let's do another one. Look at your exponents. This degree is 10. This degree is 6. This degree is 1, x to the first power. This degree is 0. So then it's the largest number, 10. But then things change, and sometimes we get two variables. So I have x to the 5th, y to the 4th, minus y to the 14th. So now if I want to find the degree of this term, I have to take the x and the y and add them together. So 5 plus 4 is 9 is the degree here. And then the degree, this is just y by itself, so the degree would be 14. So which number is bigger, 9 or 14? I hope you said 14. That's the degree. Okay, so this first one that I skipped, let's go back to it. I have 3x to the 9th, y to the 8th, plus 13y to the 18th. So to find the degree when there's two variables, x and y, we add them. So 9 plus 8 is 17. And then of this term, it's just 18. So you take the bigger number for the whole degree of the polynomial. So it's 18. So those questions go pretty fast. Then you're going to have questions on adding and subtracting polynomials and then multiplying. So I'm going to go to some adding ones here. See, I have this whole polynomial, and then we're adding it to this other polynomial. So when you're adding, you can drop the parentheses. So I'm just going to rewrite it with no parentheses. X squared plus 5x minus 7 plus 12x squared minus 12x plus 11. Okay, so step 1, drop the parentheses. Step 2, combine like terms. What are like terms? So like terms are same variable. So x, y, it's the letter. And then same exponent. Okay, so here I have an x squared. Then I'm going to go through and find the other x squared. Variables x, exponent is the 2. And I'm going to add these. So there's an invisible number here in front of the x squared. That's 1x squared plus 12x squared. So those add to 13x squared. And then we're going to do that with all the other ones. So here, same variable, same exponent. So this is x to the first power, x to the first power. So I'm going to take 5 minus 12, which is negative 7, and then the x comes along. And then our last ones are the ones without x. -7 plus 11 is +4. And that's our answer. We can't combine these because they all have different exponents on the variables, or no variable at all. So let's do another adding one. So see, I have a polynomial plus a polynomial. So step 1, drop the parentheses. So 2x squared plus x minus 9 plus 8x squared minus 7x plus 14. Step 2, combine like terms. So same variable, same exponent. So here's an x squared, here's an x squared. So I'm going to add the numbers that go with them. So 2 plus 8 is 10, and then the x squared comes along with it. Okay, now I'm going to go down to x to the first power and combine those. That's a 1x minus 7x. So 1 minus 7 is -6. And then the x comes along. And then there's just the numbers. -9 plus 14 is +5. So 10x squared minus 6x plus 5 would be our answer. Okay, so you're going to come across some, I think there was some subtracting. Yep, so this one is subtract. See right here? We have a polynomial subtract another polynomial. So things change with the subtract. So your first step is, we're going to say, distribute the negative. So I have the first term, 12x squared, or the first part, minus y squared, and then I'm going to distribute the negative. So this positive 23 becomes a negative 23. And then I have a minus minus. So it's going to be plus 9y squared. And then step 2 is what we were doing, like terms. So same variable, same exponent. So x squared and x squared go together. 12 minus 23 is, I'm doing mental math, but I'm going to check, -11 x squared. Now I'm going to combine my y squareds. -21 plus 9. -12 y squared. And I can't combine these anymore, so that's my answer. Okay, so the difference when you subtract is, in order to drop the parentheses, you have to change the sign on those last two. Okay, and then the other way we combine polynomials is we multiply. So that's when you have two parentheses just next to each other. Like if I had this, you would know that that means 4 times 2. So it's the same thing, but now we have what we call a binomial, x plus 5, x minus 9. And we're going to use the distributive property. Okay, so let me rewrite it. We want to distribute this x to both of these terms in the next binomial. So I'm just going to write it. So I have this x, and I'm timesing by both in the second binomial. Sorry, x minus 9. And then we're going to do the same thing. I want the 5 to both of those as well. We have to make it even. So then plus 5 goes to both of those. So you can use this, I call like the rainbows method, or you can write out this like the distributive. So now we're getting into timesing, and our rules get a little bit different. X times x is not 2x, it's x squared. X times -9 is -9x. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times negative 9 is negative 45. So when you multiply binomials like this, you're always going to have 2 to combine. And they're usually in the middle, depending on how you multiply. So negative 9 plus 5 is negative 4x, and then the x squared and the negative 45 stay. And that's our answer. Let's do another one. See, we're multiplying. There's 2 parentheses right next to each other. I'll do it this other method this time. So we want to multiply the x by both of those. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 14 is negative 14x. And then we go the other way. We multiply the 7 to both. So 7 times x is 7x. 7 times negative 14, I'm assuming it's 98, but I'm just going to check. 7 times negative 14 is negative 98. So just like last time, these ones in the middle combine. So negative 14 plus 7 is negative 7x, and then we still have negative 98, and we still have x squared. That's this one. And that's it. Oh, I got one more. Alright, x plus 7 times x minus 13. So again, I'm going to distribute this x to both of the terms in the second one. So x times x is x squared, x times negative 13 is negative 13x, and then we multiply the 7 to both of those as well. So 7 times x, 7 times negative 13 is negative 91. And then our middle terms combine. So I still have x squared, and then I have negative 6x minus 91. Right there.